World leaders operate within the most heavily guarded, meticulously choreographed environments on Earth. From the exact wording of a press conference to the precise angle of a handshake, their public personas are strictly scripted to project an image of infallible control. But there is one tiny piece of physical real estate where that carefully constructed mask often slips, leaving their actual priorities exposed. You just have to look at their wrist. We are talking about objects that span massive extremes. On one end, you have mechanical masterpieces running north of $500,000. On the other, mass-produced pieces of plastic you can buy online for $10. These choices serve as unguarded avatars for how a leader rules, stripping away the script to reveal their true values and geopolitical constraints. By decoding these mechanical objects, we can reverse engineer a leader's internal psychology and the external geopolitical realities they face every single day. In 1975, Vladimir Putin joined the KGB as an intelligence officer. He systematically climbed the political ranks to become acting president of the Russian Federation in 1999. Today, across 4 separate terms, he holds absolute, unchecked power. This is the Lange Söhne Tourbograph, a piece of high horology carrying a price tag north of $500,000. Its real magic sits in its mechanical complexity, a highly intricate perpetual calendar plate meticulously fitted entirely around the tourbillon aperture. After taking over his family's real estate business in 1971, Donald Trump grew his company, elevating him to massive celebrity status, eventually culminating in a shocking presidential win in 2016. This is the Vacheron Constantin Historic Ultrafine 1968 in pink gold. Featuring a stark 35mm square case that is just 5mm thick, this $25,000 piece was the specific watch Trump chose to wear on election night. For these men, strapping hundreds of thousands of dollars to the wrist projects sheer financial weight and absolute authority, a deliberate, unapologetic signal of their position. Kim Jong-un assumed power over North Korea in December 2011. He holds total domestic authority and is well known as a lover of luxurious timepieces. But he faces a massive physical barrier to acquiring them. Due to aggressive nuclear and ballistic missile projects, the United Nations maintains strict sanctions banning the export of luxury goods directly to North Korea. To work around these diplomatic sanctions, Kim frequently settles for this. This is a Quartz Midsize museum watch. It features an iconic, simplistic design with a single dot at 12 o'clock. It is entirely mainstream. You can walk down the street and pick one up at a local department store. Despite commanding a dictatorship, Kim's wrist exposes his profound geopolitical isolation, forcing him to rely on consumer-grade workarounds just to acquire a watch. Pope Francis is the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church. Looking at recent history, predecessors like Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict regularly wore high-end Swiss watches, including Rolexes. This is a mass-produced Casio digital watch. Coming in at just around $10, Pope Francis deliberately wears this utilitarian piece to visually project his mandate as a humble man of the people. Similarly, Prince William has access to the absolute finest horology the world has to offer, yet he consistently steps out wearing a modest 36mm Quartz Omega Seamaster 300 Midsized. This down-to-earth choice stems from deep sentiment. The watch was a direct gift from his late mother, Princess Diana, and it carries such immense personal value that he even chose to wear it on his wedding day in 2011. The 14th Dalai Lama is an icon of spiritual humility, but as a boy, in his free time away from meditating, he fostered a deep fascination with constructing and deconstructing radios, electrical devices, and mechanical watches. This is his Patek Philippe reference 658. It is massively complex, featuring a perpetual calendar with moon phase indicators, a minute repeater, and a split-second chronograph. It is also one of only 15 watches of this exact reference ever produced by Patek. Its presence on his wrist is a piece of living history. The watch was a diplomatic gift from United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt and was hand-delivered by 2 government officers in 1943, when the Dalai Lama was just 7 years old. For these leaders, a watch rejects the projection of pure wealth. Instead, it serves as a highly strategic tool to ground their public image in public service, historical alliances, and profound personal legacy. The items strapped to the wrists of world leaders serve as highly concentrated geopolitical fingerprints. They highlight three distinct pillars of global power: the immense capital required to afford them, the diplomatic permission required to acquire them, and the conscious choice of exactly what a leader wants to remember. So the next time you watch a major political broadcast, try shifting your attention away from the scripted teleprompter and look directly at their wrist. Because while a political speech dictates exactly what a leader wants the world to hear, their watch quietly reveals the unvarnished truth of how they actually rule.